All week, the entire political scene has been taken over by debates about Donald Trump's crazy new cabinet picks. The mess has grown so big that Republicans are now fighting amongst themselves over who should represent their party, and the MAGA wing of Republicans is getting more and more desperate to try to defend all of Trump's new insane team, to a point where this morning a MAGA senator left an NBC host speechless with what he had to say about this whole mess. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to help keep our updates coming. So this morning, the MAGA senator from Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, went on NBC News to discuss the incoming Trump administration. He was pressed a great deal about the new Trump appointments that have everyone up in arms this week. With every new pick, it seems like Donald Trump is trying to one-up himself with unqualified politicians. Senator Mullin, however, claimed that Democrats are being hypocritical when they complain about Trump's strange allies and that both parties need to support the president. He tried to deflect from Trump and instead go after Joe Biden's cabinet, but he seemed to pick out a few individuals for a completely different reason. Just take a look at this.
RFK's views on vaccines a deal breaker for you, Senator?
No, I absolutely appreciate Bobby Kennedy taking a hard look at the vaccines. There are some questions that had to be made, and I appreciate some of the scrutiny that's going through there. I think Bobby can answer all those. I've had multiple conversations with him. I've sat down and had long conversations with him, and I actually find the guy extremely intelligent when it comes to this stuff. And some of this stuff does raise a lot of questions. But I do got a question for you. The Democrats are spending so much time talking about the scrutiny of President Trump's picks, and yet did we spend this amount of time scrutinizing Biden's pick? I mean, we can talk about Rachel, the Assistant Secretary of HHS. I think that's a pretty controversial pick from whatever pronoun he or she decides to use. We talk about Sam, the Assistant Secretary or Executive underneath Secretary of Energy. And the individual was arrested multiple times for stealing luggage off of conveyor belts inside airports. And I didn't see this same type of scrutiny that the Democrats used on these individuals' picks. There's been a lot of picks. I mean, we can talk about Pete Buttigieg. Is he really qualified to be the Department of Transportation? But I don't see the same people given the scrutiny here.
So for those of you who are unaware, all three of the individuals that Senator Mullin says are unqualified are from the LGBTQ community. One is trans, one is non-binary, and as a lot of us do know, Secretary Buttigieg is gay. Coming from a MAGA senator, it's no surprise that these are the first three people that he says are unfit for the job. What's even funnier, however, is that Biden's cabinet are all incredibly intelligent people. Compare RFK Jr. to someone like Rachel Levine, the Assistant Secretary of the Health and Human Services Department. Levine is a Harvard graduate in pediatrics and has spent a decades-long career in public health. RFK Jr., on the other hand, is a former lawyer and part-time activist who admits to eating roadkill. And Republicans are trying to convince us that Kennedy is the best person to be in charge of public health? The NBC host couldn't believe what Senator Mullin had to say, and frankly, the rest of the country is having the same reaction. Republicans can try to deflect as much as they want, but the more that they try to convince us that their MAGA loyalists should run the government, the more that they show us their true colors. And if you enjoy our news updates, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to help support the channel.